What's up, YouTube? Brian here, back again, and today we're going to do something a little different. We are going to take high-end fishing rods, bait casters, across Megabass, Shimano, St. Croix, and Loomis. We're going to test the best of their price points, and we're going to see how much they actually weigh and where they stack up. I think this is going to be interesting. I will put the weights and the results into the comments if you want to come back and refer to them. But I think this is going to be a regular thing. I'm going to start weighing the rods and kind of start putting together kind of a weight matrix. So we're going to start off. All these rods are between 7'1" and 7'3". They are all similar medium heavy actions. Medium heavy powers, except for the perfect pitch, I would say, is more on the scale closer to a heavy. But it's the same length. So I want to start off, we're going to go two $300 rods. We're going to go into some $400 rods, and then we're going to go up to a $650 rod. So I will list the contenders as we go. First off, we have the Megabass Orochi Perfect Pitch, 7'2". Now, I've already done this ahead of time, so I kind of know what they weigh. Not touching. It is a 6 ounces, 6.16 ounces on the Orochi XX Perfect Pitch. Pretty heavy compared to these other ones you're going to see in a second. Very well balanced rods, so these rods don't feel heavy, but when you compare them to these other rods in the price point, it is a tank. So 6 ounces for the Perfect Pitch. Let's go over to everybody's favorite, the 7'2" medium heavy Shimano Expride, kind of like the one rod everybody loves universally. Okay, not touching, we are good. Is 4.45 ounces. Oop. Sorry if these roll around a little bit. I'm doing this one-handed. I apologize. All right, 4.55 for the Shimano Expride, which is pretty awesome for a $300 rod. So they're about the same price point, Orochi rods and the Shimano X-Prides, but the Shimanos are considerably, over 1.5 ounces lighter than the XXX Orochis. So now we're going to go up into the $100. We're going to go up $100 into the Megabass Destroyer line. So the Orochi was 4.5 ounces. This is the Megabass FMJ Full Metal Jacket jig rod, 7 foot 1 inch. 456. So this FMJ comes in at pretty much the exact same weight as the 7'2" Shimano Expride, but it is $100 more. So that's kind of interesting. So that just kind of shows you how light the Shimano Exprides are for their price. So everyone goes, "Oh, the Shimano Exprides are, they're $280, $290 rods, but they punch up their price point." This is one of the areas in which they do is pure weight. So now we're going to move up into the Deamos. Now this is a 7'2" Megabass Destroyer rod. It's a little lighter than the FMJ as far as power goes, but it is a little longer than the FMJ. So what's interesting is this is slightly heavier than the FMJ. However, it is 1 inch longer. So that 1 extra inch definitely added a smidge of weight, but still 4.5 along with the X-Pride that was also 4.5 ounces. So let's move up to the other $400 price point in this lineup. The St. Croix Legend X 7'1" medium heavy. Now this rod is different than the Destroyers in that it has a lighter weight guide train. It is using a titanium and torzite guide train. Let's see how much weight difference that really makes. So that's really interesting. So the torzite guide train and the overall build of the St. Croix Legend X is quite a bit lighter than the Megabass Destroyers. Now, when you actually hold the rods next to each other and you got them in your hands, you do feel that the Legend X does actually feel a little bit lighter than the Megabass Destroyers and the X-Pride, but it's not that much lighter, but you are getting a little more weight savings with the torzite guide train. So the proof is in the pudding. The Megabass rods have a SIC guide train or torzite. Torzite saves weight. Now, we're going to go and test the NRX. This is the 873 Carolina rig rod. It's a 7'3", so this is actually the longest rod out of all of the contenders here today. And wow, yeah, this comes in at 393. by far the lightest rod of all of them. So a lot of people go, well, why are you going to spend so much money on a Gloomis NRX rod? This is one of the reasons. It's by far and away, out of the gate, lightest, one of the lightest bass fishing rods you can buy. And here's the proof. Comes in at, you know, almost over a ½ ounce lighter than Megabass Destroyers, and, you know, less than a ½ ounce lighter than, slightly under a ½ ounce lighter than a Croix Legend X. And this is one of the reasons that these rods are so light, is they have a skeletonized, very minimalistic handle, and the recoil guides are some of the lighter guides out there. Even though they're not the greatest guides, I would prefer them to not use recoil, and I wish they would just go to full torzite. But hey, it is what it is. But by far and away, the champion of the weight competition is absolutely, with a bullet, the NRX 873. So I hope this video is interesting to you guys out there. I'm going to weigh more rods as I go. I'll do a spinning rod weight comparison video coming up later on. So until then, thanks, like and subscribe. Have a great day.